Arctic Canadian Tundra by James Burns and Andrew Musser. Ecological organization. The individual is the moose. Population is a group of moose. The community is many mooses. Ecosystem is mooses in their habitat, and the biome is where they live. This is a map of where the moose or meese or whatever live, where our biome is. This is our virtual tour. You can click on this and see a good example of a common location in our biome. This is a national park in our region, and this is a example picture. This is our carbon cycle. This is a food web. You can see plants as your primary producers, and then some smaller herbivore primary consumers such as our moose, and then you can see secondary consumers like fish and foxes that eat the primary consumers, and then the tertiary consumers or apex predators at the top that eat secondary consumers and sometimes primary consumers. Grass is a extremely common primary producer in our region. Caribou is a common primary consumer in our region, one of the only ones as well that's commonly found. Polar bears are apex predators in our region just because they kind of eat everything and they don't get eaten by anything. Ecosystem overlap. Herbivore habitats overlap each other because there's not enough food in our region because of how cold it is and because of permafrost. Specialist species like our Arctic dogs and seals do specific things for our ecosystem that benefit certain things. Competition Arctic can branch from one species to another, such as polar bears fighting over food, or other animals fighting over their own food. Keystone species are things like goats that kind of provide for everyone and play a big part in the ecosystem's community. Disturbances such as air pollution and climate change, they impact the ecosystem very heavily, with things like air pollution and climate change killing off a lot of plants that primary consumers eat, and that also kills the primary producers. So symbiosis, Arctic foxes and caribou. The Arctic fox follows the caribou since the caribou helps the fox get its food, as well as unintentionally digging up subniving mammals as it finds its own food to eat. And this, doesn't really affect the moose very much. Invasive species are things like Japanese knotweed, snowy owls, Arctic terns, Iriforum, gilfalcon, mosquitoes, reindeer, and the Arctic hare that just found their way there. Storing carbon dioxide in frozen soil for a long time caused the Arctic tundra to be kind of transformed by frequent wildfires into an overall source of carbon for the atmosphere. Disruption of permafrost by roads the establishment of permanent communities, oil and mining operations, and other things can cause localized but lasting damage to tundra life.